Welcome to the Career Thrivers Show. I am Rhonda Douglas Charles, your career strategist, guiding you from survival jobs to thriving in your professional journey. Hello to everyone joining the replay. We are streaming live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. So, I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving officially kicked off the holiday season here in the US. But we have also entered what is known as scam season. During these holiday months, our spirits are high, we're very happy, and unfortunately, so is our susceptibility to scams. We often let our guards down, making us more likely to click on those dangerous email links. November and December are notorious for being the highest months for online scams. There was an alarming report by the Better Business Bureau earlier this year that revealed that job scams have surged by a staggering 250% in the first 3 months of 2023, and that is compared to the same period last year. So, as we continue our November theme of kindness, one of the ways in which we stay kind to ourselves is to be vigilant and informed. It is imperative that we stay vigilant and informed. So on this Cyber Monday, let us equip ourselves with the knowledge and tools to not only recognize, but to also avoid these job scams. Our goal today is not just to inform, as always, it is to empower you in navigating the job market safely. So let's get into the world of job scams and learn how to protect ourselves from these unscrupulous practices. So, first off, what is a job scam? A job scam is a fraudulent scheme where scammers pose as employers or recruiters. Their aim is to steal your identity, your money, or both by offering fake job opportunities. These scams are sophisticated, they often appear legitimate, and many of them can be a hidden pitfall in your career path. So there are 9 common types of job scams. So let's go through them. The first is the data entry scam. It can be described by those high-paying, low-skill data entry jobs. It requires upfront payment for training or equipment. An example of that would be a job that's offering $30 to $40 an hour for data entry with no experience. The second is what is called the pyramid scheme, and that is earning money primarily through recruitment. The red flag here is that there's no actual product or service, you're just required to recruit. An example of this is a job where your income depends on recruiting more people rather than selling a product. The third will be the bait and switch. So there's where the advertised job differs from the actual offer. The red flag here is that the job description changes drastically during the interview. An example of this will be applying for a marketing role, but then it turns out to be a door-to-door sales job. The fourth would be the credit report scams. This is where you have fake employers requiring credit checks. The red flag for this one is the insistence on using a specific unknown credit check service. An example of this is where an employer is asking you to get a credit report from a specific site before proceeding. Then you have the wire transfer scams. This is where they're requesting money transfer. They're requesting money transferred under false pretenses. The red flag here is usually an urgent request for you to wire money for equipment or training. So an example of this will be a job that requires you to wire money for a starter kit. The sixth would be the direct deposit scams. This is where a fake job is asking for your bank account details. The red flag here is a job offer without an interview that's asking for your bank details. So the example would be an employer offering to send a paycheck to you before you start working. And then you have the phishing scams. These are the ones that I find to be most prevalent, that I hear most about. And that's emails or links to fake job applications. The red flag is where they request that you enter your personal information in a non-secure website. And we'll speak about what makes a website secure versus non-secure a little later on. An example of that would be an email from a recruiter with a link to an unfamiliar job application site. So it's a site you've never heard of. It's a site no one is familiar with. Then you have your unemployment scams, where they're offering to file unemployment claims for a fee. The red flag there is the payment request for handling unemployment insurance. You never pay anyone to help you file for unemployment insurance. And this would be someone claiming to speed up your unemployment claim for a fee. You have to go through the regular channels. There's no such thing. And finally, the work from home scams. Given the prevalence of remote jobs, this one has become one of the most active today. And this is remote jobs with high paying salaries, but they require you to buy supplies. So the red flag there would be an upfront investment for supplies or training. And this will be where a remote job is requiring you to purchase a specific expensive computer setup. So how many of you can put a 1 in the chat if you have had the experience or you've worked with someone who has had this experience of a job scam, especially in October, November, December. This is the time when our guard is down and these scams are really prevalent. So here are the warning signs, and I want you to be aware of. I want you to be cautious of unsolicited job offers. I want you to consider jobs that seem too good to be true, right? Remember, all that glitters is not necessarily gold. Jobs with vague job descriptions that you're not quite clear on what the job is asking you to do. And often you find that when someone is in a state of what we may call desperation, or someone in a state where I just want a job and I want any job, you may fall prey to that vague job description. Oh, they're not asking me to do much. I can do this, right? A job where there's lack of company information, that's another red flag. If you can't find this company information about this company anywhere, that's a red flag. And of course, requests for confidential information or requests for money. So those are the red flags that I want you to be aware of. Unsolicited job offers, jobs that seem too good to be true, vague job descriptions, lack of company information, and requests for confidential information, your confidential information, or money. So here's how to avoid job scams. Number 1, research the company. Verify its existence through official websites and social media. A company offering remote jobs but lacking an online presence is definitely suspicious. You want to verify job listings. This is the second thing you want to do. Verify the job listings. You want to cross-check job ads with listings on the company's official career page. For example, if you see a high-paying job that's listed on a third-party site, but not on the company's official websites, be very cautious. So you want to take that extra step of doing that research, verifying that this job listing is true. Many people tend to use sites like Indeed and never go to the companies that's being advertised, their official website, even to see if there's a career page, right? Or you can call up the company and ask, is this job valid? If you don't find, if you find that they do not have an official career page. The third thing that you want to do is to check the web security. And this is where you want to ensure that the URLs begin with the https:// All right. So this is what you're looking for in the beginning of that website. You want to ensure that those URLs begin with the HTTPS. A job application site without that HTTPS security, you're risking data theft right there. You want to read online reviews. Look for feedback on employers on platforms like Glassdoor or the Fairy God Boss, right? If you find multiple scam reports associated with an employer on those review sites, be very, very cautious, as in, do not apply, right? The fifth thing you want to do is contact that company directly, as I mentioned before. You want to use official channels to confirm the job offer. You can either email or call the HR department directly using the contact information on that company's official websites. So, here are some more tips for avoiding those job scams. Trust your gut. If a job offer feels too good to be true, it probably is. Never pay upfront. Legitimate employers will not ask you for money for training or equipment. Guard your personal information. Do not share sensitive data until you are certain of the job's legitimacy. Be very, very cautious of high-paying jobs with low requirements. Real high-paying jobs usually require you to have and demonstrate or show your relevant experience, knowledge, skills, abilities, right? Avoid over-reliance on email communication. Now, I know, especially with my younger clients and sometimes my older ones too, we have come to prefer email communications rather than getting on the phone. But keep in mind, scammers will often avoid a phone or video interview. Scammers are trying very hard not to have to call you, right? So you want to avoid over-reliance on email communication. Pick up the phone, make a phone call. Be extremely cautious of urgent hiring. Immediate job offers without proper interviews are red flags. And I know today, sometimes the interview process can be tedious, but think of it as something that is for your safety when you have those multiple interviews. Of course, too many is another red flag, but that's for another conversation. So you want to be cautious of that urgent hiring, that person who wants to give you an immediate job offer without a proper interview. You want to also check the email domain. Official communication should come from a company email address, not a personal email address. So if you're getting this communication from, say, a Gmail, Yahoo, or even AOL, be extremely cautious. Official communication should come from the company email address, not personal ones. Use anti-phishing tools. So install your software to detect malicious websites and emails. Yes, it can be cumbersome sometimes when you have all of those extra steps on your various platforms, the various tools that you use, the various websites that you use in terms of for doing your search. But you want to make sure that those anti-phishing tools that can detect malicious websites and emails are installed. And finally, you want to stay informed. Regularly update yourself about the new types of job scams. There are two places that I like to look for this, and one and I'll put them in the chat, in the comments, some of you. And one will be the consumer, hold on. One is the FTC site, and the other is the Better Business Bureau. So that's the FTC site, and comments, right? This is the FTC. And the other will be the Better Business Bureau job scams. So I know those of you on, I believe, either Facebook or YouTube won't be able to see the comments. I will post them after we're done. But that was the FTC, right? So that's the FTC site. And this is the Better Business Bureau site for information to keep yourself up to date on the new types of job scams that are out there. So let me put this one in the chat. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so what to do if you've experienced a job scam? If you have fallen victim to a job scam, as soon as you realize it, act quickly. Report the scam to the FTC, your state attorney general, and the website where you found the posting. So you're making 3 reports: to the FTC, to your state attorney general, and to the job website where you found that posting. So again, I will add those websites in the comments, but here you go. This is the FTC site for you to report scams to the FTC. And let me put that in the chat. All right. And for identity theft, you want to visit identitytheft.gov. Right. Okay. So remember, if you've fallen victim to a job scam, sometimes we're embarrassed. Don't be. Act quickly. Report the scam to the FTC, to your state attorney general, and to the job website where you found that posting, right? And you want to visit, if you've experienced identity theft, go to identitytheft.gov. Alrighty. Of course, now I am lost in the source. All right. So remember that knowledge is power in your career journey. By staying informed and vigilant, you can navigate the job market safely and thrive in your professional career. I have the gift for you, as always, which is to download the AdNor Docs information on updating your LinkedIn profile. This makes you appear, once you have your profile complete, you are now credible to employers. Because just as you are doing your research on employers, employers are doing their low-level research on you. And your LinkedIn profile is one of those spaces where you have control over how you appear in the world. And remember, everything about you speaks. So thank you for joining us on the Career Thrivers Show. Stay tuned for more insights and strategies to help you not just survive, but thrive. So until next time, keep thriving.